So for this live stream, I'm going to be discussing news which is indicating that we are moving towards a cashless society. Benefits that proponents of a cashless society say that we will receive, and ties this has to Bible prophecy, especially in terms of the mark of the beast. A lot of this info is coming from the Keep the Faith newsletter. It's an email newsletter. You can receive it for free. I subscribe to it, and if you'd like to sign up for it, I have included a link to it in the description box. So first article. It's entitled Cashless Megatrend. And I've highlighted some parts which I think are significant, which I'm going to read and I'm going to be commenting on. It says the cashless megatrend, or at least the trend toward a cash-light economy, is a social transformation that will have a profound impact. That trend is persisting, if not unstoppable. Banks are touting the positive benefits to society and governments as well as to individuals. Most of the benefits are centered on convenience, cost efficiency, better monetary control, and security. For businesses, the ability to reduce the cost associated with managing cash, particularly retail operations, is a significant benefit. For governments, digital cash offers the ability to more efficiently track down tax evaders and combat crime. Banks that don't hold cash don't get robbed, and generally, people who don't carry cash aren't likely to get robbed either. But for central banks and bankers in general, the financial benefits are enormous. Some countries are moving away from cash payments quite quickly. Sweden is the blueprint, but similar trends are seen in smaller economies such as Denmark, where ATMs are in sharp decline. In Norway, where the aim is to be cashless by 2030. In Finland, where prepaid cards are helping to integrate refugees. And in Estonia, where plans to move cashless have been in place since 2010. The Netherlands already has many stores that won't take cash. The cashless society is coming, say those who are entrusted to manage cash. It's just a matter of when. So according to this article, it's just a matter of time before we move into a global cashless society, and benefits to governments, banks, and businesses sound like a win-win situation. However, Revelation chapter 13, verse 17 says this. It says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name," save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of the beast. This is prophetic. Because in order to be able to control buying and selling, you have to control currency. And that is only possible when you have a cashless society. Now let's move on to the next article I'd like to read. This is entitled China Speeding Toward Cashless. And it says, on April the 17th, one of China's largest banks, the Bank of Communications, launched a new mobile credit card product, making it the first bank to make a credit card's features completely digital, from the initial card application to approval, issue, and use. The entire process occurs online. Then on April 18th, the first cashless alliance in the world was launched by Ant Financial in collaboration with the United Nations and 15 other partners to promote finance mechanisms with ecological benefits. Both of these developments are moving toward the same goal: to eliminate physical credit cards and cash. What I want to say about this is, first of all, China is huge, so this is going to affect a lot of people. Second of all, did you catch that there is a cashless alliance promoting the conversion to a cashless society? What that tells me, at least, is we can rapidly expect the advancement to a cashless society in the near future. Let's move on to the next article. This is entitled Indian City to be First Cashless City in the World. Now, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of this Indian city. I'm sure you guys can see it on the screen. But it says this city is all prepped up to become the first cashless city in the world over the next 12 months, says the city's newspaper Yovizag. After Paytm set up its office there, the Visa network is collaborating with the Andhra Pradesh government to implement it. Visa will also set up a steering committee to turn this city into a model to be used in other places. So this is starting with one city, and it plans to spread. Also, I found this on cashlessindia.gov.in, which is interesting. And it says Cashless India, the Digital India program is a flagship program of the Government of India with a vision to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. Faceless, paperless, cashless is one of professed role of Digital India. This is happening now, folks, like right under our noses. Let's continue to the next article. Here it talks about Australia to become cashless. And it says, Commonwealth Bank of Australia's top technology executive has suggested that Australia will be a cashless society in the coming years, with the possibility that customers could soon be charged to make banking transactions in cash. The idea of Australians getting rid of cash has gathered steam in recent times. In January, UNSW economics professor Richard Holden wrote in the Australian Financial Review that he believed Australia would be one of the global leaders in the trend. The government would also love it, as it would potentially reap millions in taxes from previously undeclared cash-in-hand payments and limit the possibilities for money laundering and individuals benefiting from the proceeds of crime. I think that's it for this article. Notice how it says here that it would limit the possibilities of crime, at least the proceeds of crime. Going cashless is supposed to bring down crime in some ways. That's significant because the mark of the beast, which is enforced on those who will refuse to worship in a certain way by honoring Sunday as the Sabbath, those people will be labeled as criminals. They will be labeled as terrorists and a threat to the stability of society, and they will not be able to buy and sell. That's what the mark of the beast issue is over: worship. Notice what Revelation chapter 14 verses 9 through 10 says. It says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." Notice here it says that those who worship the beast receive his mark. So the mark of the beast is an issue of worship. If you'd like to learn more about the mark of the beast, by the way, feel free and check out my video entitled 10 Facts About the Mark of the Beast Satan Doesn't Want You to Know. You can Google it, you can search for it on YouTube, or you can look for it on my channel page. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Make sure to click on the notifications icon next to the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to support my channel to help me continue making Christian videos in the future, you can do so by clicking on the super chat dollar button on the bottom of the chat box if you're watching this live. And also I have links to my PayPal and Patreon accounts in the description box. And watch more of my videos by clicking on the screen. I have a lot of good Christian videos, which I'm sure you'll enjoy if you liked this one. God bless you.